So here we are, viewers. This is the 9th of November. This is part 14 of a slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2024 NEC Classic Motor Show. I do apologise in advance if I get things wrong, if I fall over, like interrupted by announcements. I'm afraid it's the way that it goes on this channel. So this is a car I filmed on the channel exactly 3 years ago. It's a 1974 Allegro Series 1 1300 Super Deluxe owned by Alex from the Alex Assets channel. It's in very, very good condition. And yes, it does have the Quartic steering wheel. I have driven this car. I have to say, the Quartic steering wheel is actually a hindrance to driving. It makes cornering worse. So not the best idea they came up with when they launched these cars in '73, but never mind. We've got a much, much later car here. This is a Series 3 Allegro Estate. I have driven a Series 2 Allegro Estate. I drove that actually last year. It was a brown one, which is superb. This is a 1.3L, this one, but from Portsmouth originally, JT. Right at the beginning of the Series 3, which was late '79 they came out. And then a much more sporty Allegro here. Again, a Series 1 actually on an M, it would be. Excellent. So look at the specification here. Oh, it's a 1750, that's quite powerful then. And then another one here. Someone's dropped, it's either a K series or a T series in here. Wow, an MG6 block. So it's actually not even that. It's so-called the Cavacci engine, which is based on the K series, but later version. 330 horsepower. Because why not? Why not make your Allegro more powerful? Like that, viewers, very much. How about some Montegos, viewers? This year being the 40th anniversary. Here's a very, very early Montego. It's a 1.6L, 1984. Excellent. Volkswagen gearbox. We're going to have to skip the next car, unfortunately, viewers, but there's a reason for that, which was displayed on the screen a few moments ago. This is the SL, which was sort of like a replacement to the Mayfair. There was also the GSI, which kind of replaced the Van den Pla. Facelift occurred in the autumn 1988. This is an April '89 car, and it's done not many miles at all. Typical kind of late 80s, early 90s Austin Rover interior. Interesting enough, this has the later gearbox in it with the reverse down to the right, as opposed to the earlier 1.6s that had reverse up to the left, like most Volkswagens. There's a Volkswagen with transmission on, at least the earlier ones. But we've got this very, very nice Moonraker Blue 2-litre HL Estate, 1985. It's been to Festival Exceptional. We've seen that before, I think, at some point. One thing is with 1.6 Montegos, you didn't get power steering as standard, especially not at the beginning. This one had power steering, I think, 2-litre HL. Also had the PG1 Honda gearbox, which is better than the Volkswagen gearboxes. And we have a nice display of Montego turbo as well, and standard 2-litre MGs. This is an 88, I think. Still got the earlier front end. You can tell the later one straight away by front and rear is different. All of these are pre-facelift cars. Let's have a look and see if this is an 88. Let's say this one is an 86 turbo. Turbos came in 85, about 152 horsepower, so quite powerful actually in the day. What if you could put a turbo engine into a Montego Van den Pla? That would be the ultimate Montego, wouldn't it? Nice early one, this. 84, 85 on a B. Have we got a Digi-Dash in this one? Because the very early MG Montegas did have a Digidash. Oh, it did have a Digidash. Yes. Yes, it's an August 84, so it's a very early one then. And another turbo. Because why not? Also in the typical 80s colour of white, so 89, so this would be a late registration one because facelift occurred in the autumn of 88, so it'll be a bit of a later one. I have driven an MG Montego, it's a 2 litre from 89, again another late registration, and I enjoyed it very much. So some nice cars on this stand, viewers. 1993 911 964 Carrera 4 Cabriolet. Very nice wheels on this. I think 93 was the first year for the 993s. Someone can correct me in the comment section below, but I think so. Then a pre-facelift. Is this a 144 or 164? No, it's 144. Pre-facelift 144. 1971. Facelift occurred, I think, later the same year or 72. Then a 79 Lancia Beta Berliner 2000. It's a rare old thing, isn't it? These were notorious for rust back in the day, but they got Lancia into a lot of trouble actually in this country. It's good to see something like this is being preserved. And the Mark 1 Twingo. I'm feeling this is one of the slightly later ones. It's a 2000, this one. It's not one of the... I think they came out about 1993. It's the Helios special edition. Never actually officially imported over here. Austin A30, 1954. So we've got the smaller rear window on this, and some trafficators. Superb. So 1994 Range Rover Vogue with the 3.9 V8 in it. This is a hard dash, and it's dark green with a beige leather interior and wood. Most tasteful. Also got a mobile phone in there when they really were car phones. Like the wheels on that as well, that's very good. 1965 Land Rover Series 2A. That is very nice condition, isn't it? As is this 1999 Lotus Elise 111S. Still have the VVC version of the 1.8 Rover K series. Brilliant. So, MG Owners Club stand. Got MGB here. 74-75 on N, very late chrome bumper car. It's a different gearbox put in it. Maybe somebody will tell me. It doesn't say anything about it particularly on there. Then MGB GTV8, 73-74 on an M. That's glazed red. Nice condition. Very nice. Then a much earlier MG here. It's an 1880 Sport 6. Re-imported from Australia in 2003. I bet this is like a sort of 28 or something, isn't it? 31 it is. My gosh, it's over 90 years old. Then an MGA, and midget. I wonder if there's a number plate on the back of here. No, so we don't exactly know how old that is. Somebody maybe will tell me in the comment section below. Octagon Car Club. I imagine this is for things like these T-type midgets. That looks like a TD to me. And then this is a 34 anti-PA. See why these cars became as popular as they did. Even in like America, these were very popular. Then this is a TC, this is a 1946. The instruments in this sort of lovely single piece of wood, I think it is, in the dash. Most of these were made for export actually after the war. Then a 51 TD Mark II and a TF. This is a 54. Nice interior to this. This is a beige leather one, and lots of condials. See, the dash is quite different between the TD and TF for some reason. And then we've got different type of TF entirely. This is a Hudson Naylor TF. These were built mainly in the 1980s, a 1.70 series engine, Old English white. This one is the 1.7 prototype, not a kit car. Still got beige leather, lots of sort of Austin Rover bits in here. So 1984 to 1992 these were made. It's a nice colour that one, isn't it? Pearlescent white. Look at this red leather interior. That handbrake looks very familiar, doesn't it? Very familiar indeed. So, let's look at some Metros. Early Metro this one, 81, 82 registration, low specification, front end. Let's actually say what it is here. There at 1981 Mini Metro. Yes, Mini Metro only until 1982. It's the L model, so we've got a rear wiper and other absolute delights. Another car I've actually driven. This is a 1989 MG Metro 1300. It's owned by a guy named Alan, who is just over there actually. Beautiful car. The boy was with this when I drove it. Was the gearbox wasn't particularly good, but nevertheless, it's in lovely condition. There's lots of fun, these Metros. My favourite one was the Vanden Plas I drove in 2021, but this is also good. And then we've got a 1990 Metro GTI. Very early Rover Metro, this one. Lovely colour. See the interior is very interesting, sort of lightning pattern on there. Obviously I prefer the GS, that would be mine, with a nice beige leather interior, but there we go. And then this is a Rover 100, it's actually not a Metro, it's a Rover 100. This is a 1.1, so it's a 114 SLI this is. Again with quite an interesting sort of interior. Let's hope the camera focuses properly this time. There we go, it's better. It's early for the Rover 100, this is sort of 95, it's the first year we made them actually. And then the Rover 800 Club, which also has some 600s in it. We do like these very much. This is a nice looking car, isn't it? Very nice. A 623 GSI. One of the very last 99 to 2000 plate. And we've got the 827 Vitesse here. 1991 registration. Vitesse with a beige leather interior and wood. Excellent views. It's actually an automatic one, this as well. Very nice. I think I've seen this car before. Yeah, it's got the 2.7 engine. I forgot that Vitesse is also available with the 2.7 engine. This has got the grey leather interior. Actually, this is a really rare car. The 63 GSI was normally auto only. This is a manual. It's a very, very rare car indeed, this one. Then we've got an 820 Vitesse. Now when I think about the Vitesse, I normally think of the 2-litre T-Series engine ones like this one. Very, very late one, 1999, and it's not just any Vitesse, it's actually a coupe. We love the coupes very much, viewers. Very, very much indeed. Then we'll have a look at some Rover 200 BRMs. This is one of the press cars from 1998, number 5. Unfortunately, with the 200 BRMs, they didn't sell as well as they expected, and by the time that the R3200 was discontinued in 1999, they still had quite a few of these left over, so they sold them to 2000, which discounted them. It's a shame because these days they're actually worth quite a lot of money. Very, very nice. A Rover 75 from 2001. It's owned by a gentleman named Jake, who very kindly supplied one of his cars to review last year. It actually was an Audi A2, but he also owns this. This wasn't registered for quite some time after it was made. It's carried a 2001 registration, but this one was actually made a bit earlier than that because production in Cowley finished in 2000. It's got a black cell, so this is actually a Cowley made car rather than a Longbridge built one. You can see here we've got what do they call these, personal line interiors in here. Very nice, kind of very individual, very high specification. This is a Connoisseur SE or something, this particular car. And then we've got the P5B Saloon. This is a 1968, I think the car would be. Lovely. And then we've got Nigel, who is here as well, enjoying the family-friendly show. So we've got this car. This belongs to Mr. Cox from the Cars with JC channel, as you can see on there. It's a late MGF. It's a Trophy SE. It's to be, I think, either a 2001 or a 2002. Got some friends in there as well. Got even more little friends here. And then this Rover Vitesse. We've seen this many, many times before, viewers. Many, many times have we seen this before. This is, I believe, a 1984-85. This one, all over the place. This car, see everywhere. And talking of the MG Montego that I drove this very car. It was registered in 1989. It was most people in '88. It's a pre-facelift one, and I very much enjoyed it. Yeah, I was one of the first people actually to drive this, along with, I think, Sarah Crabtree drove this. That is good. We enjoyed ourselves very much. Back in April I drove this actually. And we've got an MG3. Let's have a look and see if this is a Style or a Style Plus or Style Lux. Yeah, it's a Style Lux or a Style Plus. I can tell you as well, from the front of it, if this is an early pre-faced or a later one. It's actually an early pre-facelift car, this one, because it's not got the chrome around the grille. So it would be between about 2013 and 2015, I would have thought, this one. And then we have an absolute utter delight, a 1988 Rover 216 Vanden Pla. Viewers, gentleman knows it's called Chris. This is the absolute best specification you could ever imagine for one of these cars. I absolutely love it. I feel tempted to make Chris an offer on this because this is exactly what I'd buy. I'd probably prefer a manual if it's available, but I mean, this will do, won't it? This will do very, very nicely indeed. It's the sort of thing that I would like to keep for myself. I mean, my grandfather owned one of these. It was a 216 Auto like this. I don't think it was a Vanden Pla, but very, very nice. And then an early MG Metro. This is a 1982-83 car. It's one of the first ones, came out on an X, I think. But yeah, absolutely, utterly fantastic stand, this one. So this is the MGF and GTF register stand. This is a really early MGF actually. NSVC was the sort of press sequence for the MGF. It was launched in 1995. Registered August 1995, this car. Actually a pre-production one, this one. Very early one indeed. I borrowed an MGF actually earlier on this year for a week to go to the B&T Leyland show in July. So I'm quite familiar with these. This is a Mark II one. Got some changes over the Mark 1. We've got part base leather interior in here as well, so let's go. I think that's still Nightfire red, I could be wrong. The colours did change later on. And then a very late TF. This is one of the continuation cars. This is the 85th anniversary model. This particular type of TF with the N series engine was only made from 2008 to 2011. Very nice condition. And then we've got some Princesses. Very late Princess. This is an 81. This is 1.78 Shell. I've seen too many in black actually. What I have seen before though is this particular car. It is a 1978 Princess 2200 HLS with a brown velour interior and a brown vinyl roof. It's owned by Alan, who's over there with his Metro, so we've got two cars to the show. And it is superb. It wasn't running very well when I actually drove it. There was some on the cylinder head, so it was a bit slow. But it's now been restored and it is, well, fantastic. We have this 1974 Morris 1800. It wasn't registered until 77 for some reason. I don't know why they abandoned it and then sold it off to a staff member, but they did. So this is the kind of pre-production car. These cars didn't come out until 1975, so 74 makes it very early. Until September 75, they weren't called the Princess, they were called the Austin Morris Wolseley 1800 and 2200. Excellent. Next, we've got more MG stuff. The MG's on track stand. This one is an automatic TF. I think they call it Step Speed 2002 with a beige leather interior. And then we've got MGB here that's been prepared for some racing, I believe. Yeah, there's a photograph of it on track on the windscreen. Got sort of earlier dash in here. And then we move straight on to some more MGs. Let's go for the Z register stand first then, shall we? So, 2005 MG ZR with front parking, so that's a rare option. And then this car is owned by Scott from Discount MG Rover Spares. It's I think the colour of this is very special actually. It's an MG ZS 180 that's had more power applied to it, as you can see at the top of there. He absolutely loves this, to Scott, which I can understand. It's a very special car indeed. It's got both the spoilers on the back of there. And then we've got a very unique thing here. This is a two-door MG ZT V8 Coupe, which has been actually made from scratch. Fantastic. It's got the V8 Ford engine in it. Superb. I have driven a V8 engine ZT, but it was a more normal one than that. Then we've got this, if I can read this properly here, completely knocked down kit of an MGB GT in Dublin. What year would this be? Does it actually say? It doesn't actually say. Sold in Dublin back in the day. It's got that Irish plate on it there. It's funny colour they had for the old Irish plates before. I think 87 they changed the sequence. Then a 2004 pre-facelift ZS 180 in Glacier. These do drive really well, but the 45 V6 I used to own, which is similar to ZS 180, does ride better than this. These are quite firm cars, and it's not my preference to have a really firm suspension. Another early MGF here, 95, 96 registration, makes it a really early car. And then, funnily enough, we've got some MG X-Power SVs. This is an SVR owned by John Newey from Summit Garage, actually, this particular car. Originally owned by Rowan Atkinson. I think it's a 2004-2005, this car. X-Power SVs, I think they made less than 100 in total, so not many. Dark cobalt is this one. And then at the back here, we've got one in this red colour. This is an SVS 5-litre engine with the supercharger. It's going to be launched, but it didn't, because the whole thing went very, very wrong, which was a shame. So more MGs, lots and lots of MGs. This is the MG Car Club stand, actually. MG TF 160, monogram finish. Presumably a 2003 or 2004. Just things with red interior as well.
It's not even now, just
and here is an MG Cyberster. Yeah, it's actually a production one. It's very hard at the moment to get hold of one of these, so I've tried to get hold of one of these for review, and I just can't at the moment, which is a shame. There we go, 2024, literally registered last month. This is the 503 brake horsepower version. Enjoy the exhibits, but don't touch them. There we go. Someone's demonstrated the door for me. They're quite expensive. They're like 55,000 or something in this specification, I think. MGC GT, very late one. This is a 69. Looks very nice. The full restoration happened about 10 years ago. That is in absolutely superb condition. MG ZR 160. Plate is not right to the age of the car, I don't think. This one is actually a 2003. I think that's X-Power Grey from memory. Right, next stand, viewers. Rover 200 and 400 Owners Club, mainly VR8s, but other ones as well. Rover 214S, this was the absolute base model of VR8s back in the day. On a carburettor with the K series, the 75 PS model. Didn't sell an awful lot of them, actually. Most of the K series ones you see are either the 95 or 104 brake horsepower 1.4s. This one is a 1991. It's amazing that survived, really. And we've got a 416 GSI. This one is a 1992, so it's a very early one with this facelift, which was then applied to the 200s about a year later, autumn 1993. Looks very nice, prefer leather interior, but never mind. Extremely early 200, the absolute first R8 off the production line. 214 GSI 1989. Green over Tempest Grey apparently is the colour scheme. Have a look at some Tomcats whilst we're here as well, because of the sort of continuation of the main stand. This one will be actually a 1.8, I should imagine, the K series one. Oh, sorry, it's a 1.6, do apologise, in 1998. Later ones had the 1.2 1.6, 1.8 K series after 1995 with the different dashes. It's got the earlier dash in it. This one is a 1995. I imagine this is a 220 turbo. Currently running 457 horsepower. It's crazy. Then we've got this particular one here. TT Blue, I think this is. Again, that'll be the earlier dash, that'll be in 1995. And then a very nice 420 GSI Tourer. These are quite rare actually. They're only made from 1994 to 1995. So most of the Tourers you see are actually 1.6s. And then we've got the final variant here. This is a Cabrio. It's a rather late one actually. This is a 1998. That might have been registered in 1999 with the 1.6 K series. I've driven one of these actually. Drove it a while ago now, and they're pretty good fun. I like that fire red.